Today has absolutely been filled with leaked information regarding the Nightclub update. It really brings me back to the days of the import-export update when we had that rogue Rockstar employee who was literally telling us details about the import-export update, and he told us stuff about the bikers update. I mean, we haven't received this much detail in a long time. And that's right, you guessed it. In this video, we are going to be talking about more leaks regarding the Nightclub update, what's going to be coming, and a whole lot more. So in case you guys are curious where these leaks are coming from, this is a quote. It's taken literally from Rockstar servers. Links are using their domain and all. So it's coming directly from Rockstar servers, which means this was a screw up on their part. They did not do a good job hiding the guest list rewards, and because they had them planned out weeks in advance, that's how we were able to figure all of this out. So it's very impressive that players were able to find this, because I wouldn't know where to even start. But the reason this is coming out is Rockstar's fault. They're the ones that have put this out and available for people to see. Anyways, let's talk about some more information. Do you guys remember about a month or two ago when a list of vehicles was found by FunMW2? Those list of vehicles were like the Futo, the Ruiner, the Hearse, cars like that. He predicted that they would be coming out in the next update, available to purchase on the in-game websites. Well, it turns out that it might actually be a little bit better than that. He says, at first we thought it doesn't make sense. They would allow us to purchase old existing vehicles, but now it kind of does. Maybe to upgrade them into new ones. I was wondering why they would have a tunable for each vehicle, like the Futo and the Patriot. I mean, they could enable all of them with one tunable variable, but having one for each old vehicle suggests that you have to upgrade the old one into a new one. It also suggests that they are likely to be a part of the Dripfeed. Maybe they will allow us to purchase 3 old vehicles and upgrade them into new ones and keep the rest to release them later. And FunMW2 responded to a question that was, what exactly does updating the tunables of those cars mean, or the possibility thereof? Because if I'm understanding correctly, it could be anything from making new models to simply making them available to buy online based on the replies. And FunMW2 has said, new Benny's vehicles. You take the Futo or the Patriot you owned to Benny's and upgrade it into the new model. This isn't confirmed as it's not mentioned, but it explains why they are listed in the developer tunables. That is all starting to make sense. And could we finally see the return of Benny's vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online? It has been since the import-export update, since we've got a Benny's car. And will they finally be returning? And this ultimately does make sense, because why would Rockstar just make old vehicles like the Futo that have been in the game since day one available on the website? I mean, other than a quality of life change, which I'm sure some people would appreciate, it really just seems like Rockstar would be, reusing old content. Like, no one would get excited to buy the Futo. However, people would be excited to buy the Futo and put a vehicle like that into Benny's, giving it more customization and more upgrades. And another reason this makes sense is because the Patriot is on that list as well. We know that in the next update, we're going to be getting the Mammoth Patriot stretch. What if the way to get the Patriot stretch is to take the existing Patriot and bring it into Benny's? So you would essentially extend it, making it a bigger, longer limousine stretch version. That's a possibility right there. And this would be awesome of Rockstar to revive the Benny's feature, because Benny's has essentially been closed for about 2 years now, even going further than that. So it would be great to see more Benny's vehicles added into the game, even if it was just upgrading existing ones, like the Ruiner, the Futo, the Patriot. All of those sound like awesome vehicles to get the Benny's touch, like liveries, more upgrades, modifications, and so much more. So that right there sounds really exciting. Now, once again, the 8 old vehicles that are confirmed that are going to be coming available to purchase are the Futo, Ruiner, Hearse, Prairie, Serrano, FQ2, Habanero, and Patriot. So are we going to see all 8 of those vehicles become available to Benny's? Some of those vehicles don't necessarily make sense, but could be interesting, like the Serrano, which is just a luxury SUV. Could you imagine taking the Hearse to Benny's? That would be one of the funkiest things of all time. But at the end of the day, all of them kind of make sense. Like they could work as a Benny's vehicle. which is another reason why that is so exciting, being able to sort of make those old vehicles fun again. Now, those 8 vehicles were also found with a bunch of other hashes that have still not been managed to be decoded. There are 15 other hashes, which I'll put on the screen right now that you guys can see. Those are vehicles that have not been managed to decode and that are going to be coming out in the next update. Now, also, another thing to note, we do not know the full vehicle list. The ones we know so far, like the Pounder Custom, Mule Custom, Speedo, a Nuss Stafford, the Mammoth Stretch Patriot, the only reason we know those is because of the leaks that happened earlier with the guest list rewards. So needless to say, there's going to be a ton of other new vehicles coming out in this update. Now, that should not have been surprising at all, but I still think that is pretty cool. Now, I'm sure you guys are going to be very curious to know the drip feeding of all these vehicles because there's a lot of new content. Obviously, we know all of it's not going to be available on day one. WildBrick142 responded to someone that said, old or new, I think I'm most excited for the Stafford right now. Cruising around my Windsor, shame it'll be drip feed to the 24th. And Wildbrick says, I think it'll be available from the start. It's just the livery that's being drip fed and only for those on the guest list. And I think that Wildbrick is right. All of those vehicles that you saw Rockstar mention on the guest list rewards, I don't think those are drip feed vehicles. I think they're going to be around since day one. So I think on day one, in addition to the other vehicles we don't know about, we're going to have the Pounder Custom, Mule Custom, the Speedo Custom, the Mammoth Stretch, and we're going to have the Nuss Stafford. Now, I guarantee there's going to be a handful of other vehicles, but I think every one that they've mentioned so far is going to be available on day one. We're still going to have a ton of drip feed vehicles, don't get me wrong, but there's also going to be a lot of vehicles that we see on day one. So that right there is pretty exciting. Another thing I want to talk about, and that is the Jester Classic. What is going to happen to that vehicle? I think it's safe to say that it is going to either be scrapped completely, like we won't see it, or it's going to be re-released in this Nightclub update. So that might be another vehicle that we see on day one, the Jester Classic, as sort of Rockstar's way to, I don't know if rewarding would be the right word, but not making us wait any longer for it. They would give us the fixed version on day one. So that right there would be pretty cool, and it would be nice to see what sort of changes they've made to that vehicle. Moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is actually something you guys pointed out to me. Now, when I was doing research on the Stafford, I was typing in a Nuss Stafford, and I wasn't finding anything else in the GTA series. Well, that's because in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the Stafford didn't go under the name a Nuss. It was just called the Stafford. So the Stafford is a vehicle that was actually featured in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and it gives us a better idea of what this vehicle is going to be like. So the Stafford is a vintage, ultra-luxury 4-door sedan based off of the Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith 2 of the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. So I wonder if this is going to be the exact same one featured in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now in GTA San Andreas, this car could get a lot of upgrades at the Trans Fender shop, like exhaust, nitro, roof, spoilers, wheels, hydraulics. So I think that this confirms that the Nuss Stafford is going to be a Rolls-Royce and is not going to be something like a Maybach or a Bentley, like I had previously thought. And vehicles that it's similar to would be the Super Diamond and the Super Drop Diamond. So if you have the Super Diamond in GTA 5, no, it's going to be very similar to that. It'll probably just have a lot more customization. And that vehicle, I think, is in the sedan category. I'm not sure what it is in GTA 5, but it's going to be something like that, like a luxury sedan. So that's really cool right there. And that, of course, is more information on the Stafford, one of the vehicles that is going to be coming out on day one in the Nightclub update. Now, another thing I thought of with these vehicles, and this is just my speculation, is wouldn't it be cool if we had a driver that could like chauffeur us around? So you know how the office has the assistant who can do a lot of stuff for us? Wouldn't it be cool within the Nightclub update if we got like a chauffeur or a driver? Especially with the addition of the Patriot limo, with the luxury vehicles we're getting like the Stafford and a handful of others. It would be cool if we could have like a driver that could either take us to locations or help us delivering business missions or stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Those would be one of those awesome features that I would love to see added with an update like this. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. It has been a day full of leaks here in Grand Theft Auto Online. I wonder if this will continue to keep up or if we'll get a small little lull over the weekend, as it's unlikely Rockstar will post anything then. So I think we're just going to have to wait to the beginning of next week to see if anything else pops up. And hopefully we get stuff official from them soon. That would be nice. But anyways, like I said, that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more on these leaks in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.